probably done it today. Picked up your phone to check one quick thing, maybe Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, and suddenly, an hour disappeared. You don't even realize it's happening. You scroll a little, then a little more. Before you know it, the sun's gone down and your brain feels like mush. But what if this mindless habit is doing more than just wasting time? What if it's quietly reshaping the way you think, how you feel, how you sleep, and how you show up in the real world? In this video, we are diving deep into the truth about too much scrolling. What it's doing to your brain, your focus, your happiness, and how to take back control without giving up your phone altogether. Let's start with something simple. Why do we scroll so much? It seems harmless. You're just checking your feed, watching a few videos. But there's a reason you keep going. The endless scroll, that feature where more content loads as you swipe down, was designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. It removes any natural stopping points, so you never feel done. Every time you scroll, your brain gets a small hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical linked to reward and pleasure. That dopamine hit gives you a quick sense of satisfaction, like a little pat on the back. And your brain likes that. So it encourages you to keep going, just one more post, one more reel, one more story. It's the same principle behind slot machines. You don't know what's coming next, but maybe it'll be amazing. That unpredictability keeps you hooked. The difference? Slot machines are in casinos. Your phone is in your hand every minute of the day. Over time, this habit doesn't just waste time, it rewires how your brain works. Your attention span shrinks. You get used to quick, punchy content, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 second stops. Anything longer starts to feel like a chore. Reading a full article? Too slow. Watching a full video without skipping? Unlikely. Focusing on homework or work without checking your phone? Almost impossible. And that's not your fault. Your brain is adapting to the pace of content you're feeding it. Fast, constant stimulation becomes your new normal. The problem is, the real world doesn't work like that. Real conversations, deep thinking, building something meaningful, those things take time and focus. But when your brain is always on edge, craving the next quick hit, real life starts to feel boring. And that's dangerous. Because it means we are training ourselves to be impatient, distracted, and uncomfortable with silence. Scrolling also affects your emotions. You might start the day in a good mood. But after 30 minutes of doom scrolling through crisis news, perfect influencers, and toxic opinions, you suddenly feel tired, anxious, or down, and you don't even know why. That's because your brain isn't meant to process so much emotional content in such a short span of time. You laugh at a meme, then watch a breakup video, then see a war update, then back to a cute cat. That emotional whiplash wears you out. It desensitizes you. Over time, you might feel numb, overstimulated, but somehow empty. Social media also fuels comparison. You see people traveling, celebrating, looking amazing, living their best life, and you're still in bed in your hoodie, wondering if you're falling behind. You don't mean to compare, but your brain does it anyway. And it gets worse when you scroll during low moments. When you're sad, anxious, or bored, your brain wants a distraction. That's when you reach for your phone. And it works, temporarily. You feel distracted. But when you put it down, the stress is still there. In fact, it might feel worse. Because now, time's passed, and you've done nothing about it. It's not just mental health, your productivity takes a hit too. Scrolling eats up hours. You check your screen time and see 5 hours on TikTok, 2 hours on Instagram, and you don't even remember what you watched. That's not entertainment, that's escape. Every minute spent scrolling is a minute not spent doing something fulfilling. Learning something new. Talking to someone. Resting. Creating. Reflecting. Scrolling also destroys your ability to be bored, and boredom is important. When you're bored, your brain starts coming up with ideas. It daydreams. It creates. But if you fill every empty moment with your phone, your brain never gets the chance to wander. That quiet, creative space disappears. And let's talk about sleep. You're in bed, lights off, but the glow of the phone is still lighting up your face. You tell yourself one more reel, one more video. But the blue light from your screen suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. So even after you put the phone down, your brain stays alert. It takes longer to fall asleep, and the sleep you get isn't as deep. The next morning, you're tired, sluggish, so you grab your phone again to wake up. And the cycle repeats. So how do you know if scrolling has become a problem? Here are a few questions to think about. Do you reach for your phone first thing in the morning, even before getting out of bed? Do you find yourself scrolling without even realizing it? Do you lose track of time while using social media? Do you feel anxious, bored, or uneasy when you're not on your phone? Do you check your phone even when you're hanging out with friends or family? Do you use scrolling to avoid stress, sadness, or boredom? Do you struggle to focus on longer tasks without checking your phone? If you said yes to more than a few, you're not alone. Most of us are in the same boat. But recognizing the pattern is the first step to changing it. And here's the important part, it's not your fault. Social media apps are designed to be addictive. They're built with psychology in mind to trigger your brain's reward system. They study your behavior and show you exactly the kind of content that will keep you hooked. That's why just using willpower doesn't work. You need to build systems that help you take back control. So how do you do that? Start with small steps. First, set app limits. Use your phone's settings to restrict how much time you spend on each app. Even cutting down by 30 minutes a day adds up. Second, make your bedroom a no-scroll zone. Leave your phone outside the room or charge it far from your bed. Replace scrolling with something calming, a book, a journal, soft music. Third, turn off unnecessary notifications. Every buzz and ding pulls your attention away. You don't need to be interrupted every 5 minutes. Fourth, schedule scroll-free hours. 1 hour in the morning. 1 hour before bed. Or even a full day every week without social media. You'll be surprised how clear your mind feels. Fifth, replace the habit. Don't just remove scrolling, give your brain something else to enjoy. Try walking, drawing, listening to a podcast, calling someone. Anything that feeds your mind instead of draining it. Sixth, curate your feed. Unfollow accounts that make you feel anxious, insecure, or angry. Follow creators who make you think, laugh, or feel seen. Turn your feed into a place of inspiration instead of comparison. And finally, be kind to yourself. Breaking habits takes time. You'll slip up. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. The truth is, the scroll isn't evil. There's great content out there, things that educate, entertain, uplift. But when scrolling becomes your default state, when you're using it to numb, avoid, or escape, that's when it takes a toll. You have the power to shift. To be more mindful. To use your phone with purpose instead of habit. Your brain deserves rest. Your time matters. And your peace is worth protecting. So the next time you catch yourself deep in the scroll, stop for a second. Ask yourself, why am I scrolling right now? You might be surprised by the answer. And in that tiny moment of awareness, you've already taken the first step back to control. If this video helped you see something clearly, take it as a sign. Try just one small change today. You don't need to delete your apps or disappear from the internet. Just take back your time, your focus, and your peace, one scroll at a time.